Holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 holy.
I titled this video, those who did not learn from their history, they are going to repeat the mistake of their past and repeat that history. So if the history is a bad one, especially, that's why you're supposed to learn what happened so that you will not repeat that same history. That's why I titled this video. So I want to start this video today on this popular song that people sing every day whenever Nnamdi Kanu is present, or whenever anything concerning him is being done. People come out and sing this song, and people sing this song because they don't know where the song is coming from. They are thinking that, oh, the people of today, they just saw this guy and say, oh, who is this? Who art thou, that I may know you? You know, like they deify him and think that it's something new. But I want to show you that this is not something, it's not a new phenomenon. It's just that we did not put the history in the right perspective. That's why it's repeating itself again, you know. So this song, you will hear it again now. So let me play it from beginning again.
Holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior, holy, 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 another Savior, holy, holy.
So are you hearing it? When you now hear these other people singing, they will think that it's something special. You know, it's something that they are just doing now. It's something new. I want to play the recent one that they are singing now also. So are you hearing it? So the same song, they put another name in it, but they are still singing that same song, and this same deification of somebody is still causing the same calamity today, just like before. So because we did not learn the history of the last time, we are repeating it again. It's not a new thing. It's not a new thing. So yeah, usually exactly, it's because, you know, if they don't get sense, they get recycled. And how do you get sense? Is to learn what happened in the past, you know. Yes, you know. See that it's the same thing. They are singing holy, holy. Now the Kanu is another Savior, you know. So, and it's the same thing. In the past, they were singing Odumegojuku is another Savior. It's the same thing, you know. It's the same thing. Nothing changed. So that's why we need to learn from what happened in the past. And what happened in the past was that war was a needless war. You don't go into war when you are not prepared, when you don't have anything, when you don't have the ammo, when you don't have the support, when you don't have food, when it was not planned. As a soldier, you cannot say, I did not know they are going to come for war. That was what they told us, and I believe it. I bought into it because I didn't know any better until I learned the meaning of, you know, being a soldier. I learned what it means to declare a region independent. I understood what territorial integrity meant, that anybody who wants to succeed is fighting with the territorial integrity, and the nations always defend their territory. I didn't know all this thing before because they just told us. We did not know. I've always said it. Even I said it in some of my past videos. You will see I was saying it was a war of self-defense, but you know, like I've come to the understanding that it was something that could have easily be avoided. And I see them, you have pictures of young boys, teenagers, and they are calling them lieutenant, commander, as if it makes it any better. These are children that were grabbed from the villages and forced into the military, and they are calling them lieutenants and calling them the same thing you see Kano is doing with young men from rural area, poor people. They are calling them commander, superintendent, whatever, and then when they fall on the front line, they deny them. They say they are Fulani, they say they are DSS, they say they are this. Today we cannot give account of how many people that are wasted, but even in that, the person that does all these things, like we continue to praise them and lift them high. And somebody that he ran, okay, he escaped with his life, and then he's coming back, and the people who stayed back and suffered koshoko and suffered all these things and suffered losses and had to rebuild from that, they were lined up and praising him, his return, and very happy that he is back. I'm not saying that you shouldn't praise anybody or anything like that, but you have to keep it in perspective. I feel like the main problem we are having as Nigeria right now is because the way Nigeria is being run is still like a colonial entity. Like there is no nationalist, so to say. There is no nationalist, like there is no Nigerian nationalist. So everything is just being done on ethnic lines, religious lines. And so they are not patriotic to the point of making, some kind of rules and keeping to the rules, because you love this space, because you want to preserve this space. They don't understand what it means. That is why in Nigeria you can do anything, the height of anything, and you will be pardoned. You will be pardoned. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what you do, you will be pardoned. And you will be pardoned as if nothing happened, as if the lives of all those people that are dying doesn't mean anything, And the same thing happened when Ojukwu came back. He came back and everybody was happy. He was welcomed, like nothing happened, like no life were lost, like absolutely nothing happened. I don't know. Tell me that this is normal. I think it is not. I don't think it's normal. Honestly, if you ask me, I'll tell you that this thing is not normal. It's not a normal way of doing things to ensure a better tomorrow, because you cannot do something that claim millions of lives and it will be wiped aside as if nothing happened. And not just only Ojukwu. If you look at the Nigerian history, the same thing is repeating itself. You see people who were Boko Haram, who have caused so many havoc. We hear that they are being rehabilitated. For example, we hear that they are being rehabilitated, and that's just it. Yeah, bad for you that you die by their sword, but they are being rehabilitated. There is no consequence for anything, even to the point of, for example, somebody that committed coup. Coup is like just, here in Germany, they call it push. Like you push the person that was in power and you collect power, you destabilize the polity. Somebody like that, once you do something like that, you are not supposed to come into politics, anything politics, really. Like if you really want to say, this is patriot, this is how it should be. But we don't say anything. So it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. Like you can just do the undoable. Think about it in this way. Like, for example, what Hitler did and led the Nazi party to do. And imagine that after everything that Hitler now survived, he didn't take his own life. As a matter of life, in fact, he took his life because he knows what is waiting for him. He knows the degradation. He knows what he's going to go through. He knows he's going to go through the collect. He knows what was waiting for him. That was why he took his life. But if you know that nothing is going to happen. If you know it, like I beg, waiting, you know, you will just preserve yourself, and when you feel like you are ready, you will come back and you will be received. Yeah, I want to show you the video of how he was received with pomp when he was coming back. You know, imagine that Hitler is coming back, maybe from wherever he went to hide, and he's coming back after leading this conflict for whatever reason. It doesn't matter the background, for whatever reason. Imagine he was coming back with this kind of fanfare. You know, there is this song that was done in like, you know, Alex Banowski did it in honor of the Biafran children who were abandoned on an island to die. Like, there are so many sad stories, and when you are going into conflict that you are not prepared for, these are the things that, especially, it's not that you are a layman, like you have military training, you know what it entails. Not somebody like this radio ranter that he did not even know anyone, you know, he just saw the opportunity, and somehow he cannot let go again, you know, he just there, you know. He just there, people are there, he doesn't care, and the people around him don't care. They are hailing him, yeah. The same thing, you know. So if you don't learn the history, you will repeat it. And if we say we love ourselves, you know, if we say, for example, every other region that are not doing what they are doing well, then we should do well for ourselves. We should do ourselves right. It is wrong that the region is falling into conflict, and everything everybody is doing is to blame DSS, blame this person, blame anybody but the person that initiated this crisis, the people that are calling for it, the people that are projecting it. No blame for them, no comment on them. You know, the same way we never talk anything about Ojukwu starting the conflict, you know, taking actions that led to this mega conflict, even though he was warned, even though the people who tried to stop him, they were hanged, they were jailed, just like what we are seeing today. No mention of that. But what we want to do, blame Awolowo, blame Gowon, but you uplift Ojukwu, uplift him to the highest level. In the same way you are seeing it today, you know, it doesn't matter how Nnamdi Kanu is saying they will kill us, we will turn it to Yemen, we will turn to Nigeria, we will kill, not even one single dog will survive. He was saying all these things in broad daylight. But what do you see? Blame Buhari, blame DSS, blame Zoo, blame anybody but the people perpetrating this calamity. You know, do you know that the people who participated in that Hitler and Nazi of Germany, they are still being prosecuted? There is one that she's on like 90-something years old. They are still prosecuting them today. Whenever they open their file, they find them, anyone alive, they are taking them to court. Because why? They try to deal with it decisively, that nobody can stand up anytime and cause anything to happen like that again. There is another guy, he's a young YouTuber, he's a young guy, and he is on YouTube doing videos that is inciting hatred. He has been sentenced to jail now, just this week, 2 years in jail, And you know, when you have a record in this country or in the Western world, your life is almost over, because you cannot do anything meaningful again. You can't get a job, you can't get accommodation. They will ask you, have you ever been, broken the law? Whatever you'll be feeling for, they will have right to reject you. You know. So my people, where am I going with all this? Not necessarily that I want to blame to be doing blame game. You know, I feel like what has happened, but what can we learn from it? And if we can learn from it properly, we can use it to project for the future and not repeat the bad things. But if we don't learn properly, if we select the things we remember from the things that has happened, then we'll continue to repeat the same thing. We'll continue to repeat the same thing. I want to play this video of Simon Ekpa issuing a warning. Issuing warning.
From Monday, you are going to see the worst shit at home so far. From Monday, there will not even be a fly in the entire Biafra land. From this coming Monday,
tomorrow Monday,
you will not see a fly. Because we are going to release the biggest energy you have ever seen.
And he's there in his living room.
Monday.
He's in his living room.
Monday.
Look at him here.
From Monday.
But he wants to release the biggest energy. Where is that energy going to come? So tomorrow now, they will be saying they will be saying it's DSS. Look at him saying it now. From this coming Monday, they are saying, he said they will not see a fly.
Because we are going to release the biggest energy you have ever seen.
The biggest energy inside your room. That's where you will be releasing the biggest energy. And you know, it's not the first time. Before Kanu was caged, he was saying something like that before also.
Make a few announcements regarding our sit at home that is coming up on the 31st. Lockdown, not even sit at home, lockdown. I have issued the orders to the men on the ground. Not even a cockroach is allowed to cross from one cupboard to the other. Not even cockroach or teacher cannot move from one cupboard to the other. There will be no movement, absolute and total paralysis of activities in the east, in the land of Biafra. Everywhere will be on absolute and total lockdown.
So, you know, there's really nothing new. It's been said. So he's copying from there. Yeah, I always forget to say, please share. The message needs to get out. We need to learn from the history so that we don't repeat the history. Imagine that one saying, not even cockroach. Not even cockroach move. They were laughing. They are happy. Now, Simon Ekpa is saying his own. And you know, they are camouflaging them now. They tell them to wear, they dress them up like Fulani. And so when anything happens or when they are being killed or something like that, then they will see them, they will be saying, oh, they are dressed like Fulani. Like here, look at them. They are like this one. You see how he's dressed. He's dressed. See how they dress him and hang him with all this Fulani something. You see? You see what he's wearing? The other one, they will put on ID cards of Fulani names and all those things. You know? So the question now is, you that you are wasting your life, you see what is going on, but you still want to go and waste your life. But they say, is it your die? One was saying, why am I discouraging people who already made up their mind? Is it my die? They are the one that make up their mind to go and die. But why? Nobody wake up and say they want to die. You are the one inciting them. And Nigerian government is not doing their work. Tell me why Nigerians in diaspora will be comfortably sitting down in today's world using social media app to incite people who are at home causing death and destruction, and nobody is doing anything about that. You know, like, this is unheard of, this is unthinkable, and this makes me very, very sad. Why nobody wants to do anything about it? Is it because it's not their children that is being wasted? So, my people, there is really nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. It has happened before. and we didn't learn from it. Well, we are supposed to learn from it that it was all a ruse. There's nothing. It's not coming. It's not coming. It's nowhere. It's nowhere. It's nowhere. It's not coming. There's nothing like Biafra. Nowhere. What we can do is to build our own region, centralize Igbo, the identity of Igbo, build it up, and make it a thing. There is nowhere in history that anyone is fighting for any region and that region is in itself in dispute. It doesn't happen. At least you would have said, oh, we are coming from an agreed point of view that all this region. Then if they say, okay, which area is this your Biafra? Now you'll be, all this thing is happening only in the Igbo areas. So what about the other areas that you say that are Biafra? Why are we not seeing all this sit-at-home, all this menace? You see, because you don't want to accept the reality. The reality is staring you right there in the front. The reality is staring you right there. The world is behind Nigeria. The world wants a stable Nigeria. And the world, the powers that be in this world will support the Nigerian state to be stable. They will give the Nigerian state what they need. You don't have what it takes to condemn, to contend with the Nigerian state. And even if you want to try, you are going to cause massive loss of life and destruction. First of all, because you don't have the area, like you don't have the landmass. You don't even have it. You don't have the landscape that can even give you cover. The southeast is the most densely populated region in Nigeria. Go and check it. Because every part of the southeast is already being inhabited. It's not like some regions that you will be running across vast areas of land and nobody is living there. There is no vast regions of landmass in the southeast that nobody is inhabiting it. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. So this is the truth. This is the reality. And before I go, I want to play this video for you guys, because I feel like this video just kind of summarizes everything that we have been talking about. And yeah, in the end, what is going to happen is going to happen. Like, I'm saying now, they say they are going to push the highest energy that they have never pushed. But whose energy are they pushing? It's not their own. It's not the energy of their children. They may tell you, nothing. Freedom is not taking, giving, it is taking. Freedom from what? What kind of freedom? Like, let us even define the freedom we are talking about. Because as it stands now, you already have your self-determination. You are the one determining who is in your region. There is nobody in your region that is not from your region. Every region in Nigeria is being ruled by their son or their daughter. Every affairs of every part of Nigeria is being carried out by the sons and daughters from that region. It's not like anybody is lording it upon you. Now, there are representatives at the center who's supposed to do what you want, who you're supposed to, fight the right fight, agitate for the right things. If you say, oh, there is no road in Southeast, and you are agitated about the lack of road in the southeast, it is a valid thing and it's legitimate. But you don't just wake up and say you want to break a country. Like, if you look at the article that everybody wrote, everybody was talking about, that is it Time magazine wrote about the crime scene that is Nigeria. Yes, and all that. But what people fail to realize is what it said about those people agitating in the southeast. They said they are deluded, that they are deluded. Delusion means like people who don't know what real is, people who don't want to accept reality. And I've already talked about this thing in my last video sometime about the sunk cost law. The sunk cost law is, the people who do economics, they know this better. Maybe they can explain it better. It's about you not wanting to retreat based on the investment you already put in something. It can be a relationship, it can be a business, it is all there. The sign is there. This thing is not working, this thing is not going anywhere. But you are looking at the time, you are looking at the energy, you are looking at the resources you have put into this thing. You are finding it difficult to retreat, but retreating will be the wisest decision. But you are looking at all the costs and all the energy and everything, and so you are sunk there. That's why it's called the sunk cost loss. So this is what is happening right now. So many things have been invested in it: the emotion, the loss of life, the bitterness, the collective persecution that everybody is feeling, the pain, the anger, all these things. Where is it going to go? So the people are kind of stuck there because they don't see a way out. But it's either you come out of it or you will destroy by it. That's just it. And I've said this thing before. It's not the first time a population will be replaced. If you don't retreat, you will destroy yourself and you will be replaced, because there is no vacuum in nature. If you allow yourself to be destroyed and decimated and all these things that you are talking about, your villages will become uninhabited. Who is going to say, I'm from this village? Is it not when you know the road? By the time they level everywhere, make everywhere a landscape, how are you going to know where your village is? Which part of it is your village? You will just be pointing hand. So there is still room for help. There is still room for recovery, but the time is now. There is no time to waste. So the truth is, there is nothing like Biafra. It's not coming, and it doesn't have anything to do with Igbo people. That is the truth. Biafra has nothing to do with Igbo people. It's just a concept, and it failed on arrival. It failed on arrival because it was not defined. The people in the so-called region are not even in agreement. It doesn't happen, and you don't have what it takes to contend with Nigeria firepower. You don't have the landscape to go into a guerrilla warfare, any kind of conflict that will be protracted and long. You just don't have it. You don't have it. You don't have it. So it's not coming. There's nothing like. Normally, what can make people say, okay, maybe you want to go back to your former way of life? Biafra is not your former way of life. It's not. It's nothing. It's just rebuilding or recreating a smaller Nigeria where you will be able to rule. It's like, they have played you here, like like children, when you are playing with somebody or you are dragging something, they now they took it from you, or you don't have a space. You now say, I know they do again, and they go do my own. This is what is going on here. And you don't. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. You say, I know they do again, I won't go do my own. That's what is going on. So everybody say, I'm not doing again, I want to go and do my own. So you now go and be loading, your small area where only you go just there, Mona, they do that one, that's how I not do again. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. What is the language of Biafra? It doesn't have a language. It's also a collection of ethnicities that will speak English. Okay, what is the currency of Biafra? Oh, it doesn't have any inherent currency or ethnic currency. It's mimicking the British currency, which is the pounds. It's based on the lies that we don't want to see. It's based on something that has nothing to do with us, and for some reason the Igbos are being used to pay this price that is worthless, being wasting their life for something that has nothing to do with them. What is Biafra? What does it mean in Igbo? It doesn't mean anything. Why is Igbo people dying for it? Why is there Igbo people dying for it? Okay, I read, I think in some books that we used to read in those days, they said the Igbo means of exchange was cowries. Okay, it didn't even say the Biafra currency is cowries, for example. But no, they say it's pound, bitibawo. How? From where to where? pound. But we say, British is our enemy. British is the one that is killing us. British that did this. Nigeria is a British this. But you want to go and use British pounds as your money, as your legal tender. Be waiting that they call her. May I not speak too much English? You want to use British money to be buying and selling. The same British wey no good, the same British wey put you for Nigeria, the same British oga Adriana, British, the British, this Nigeria is a British crime scene. British is this. Okay, which language you want to be speaking in your Biafra? English. Hey, hey, so no want to be speaking British English inside the Biafra for the British English, British pound. The British people were no good. British people were bad. People were come put on that. But when I want come create in a country, so now go they speak British language inside there, so that when I go they spend on our own version of British pound. Haba, my people, let us learn now. Let us leave emotion aside. What does that have to do with Igbo people? Why is Igbo people dying? Look at all the families that their breadwinners are gone. Look at all the children that are going. Why do they have to die? Like I look at that song all the time from this Alex Banosky, where they are saying the children were left on the island to die, and those are the ones who were still alive when he came to that island to make photos, because he was a war photographer. Imagine the children that were taken away to other West African, to Gabon, to Sierra Leone, to everywhere. Like, imagine all the children who we see their pictures, who didn't have food to eat, who didn't, like, for what, so that you be in a corner where Ojuku will be the leader, and so you'll be able to spend your own version of the English, British pound, and speak your own version of the English, British English. What is it? Ogenede? What is it? It's not about whether you vote or you don't vote. On the one hand, they will say they did not say they should not vote. It is DSS that is saying it. But this one is coming here now to say go and vote upon everything they had in their heart. Why? How did they say? When they carry the corpse of another person, it will look like a piece of wood. That is what is worrying these people. And some of them, they are abroad and they have sent their brothers and their sisters to go and die for this scam. And they are in the mode of, not be only me go die, not be only my family member go die, everybody go die, because they can't believe it, that, like, they can't accept it, that their fellow Igbo guy that went to abroad to hustle, that was doing his barbing, doing his children entertainer, until politician brought money and his eye open. He now started blowing grammar. If they try to give us Biafra, Somalia will be better. No. You now send your brother, you send your sister, you send your relative to go and join them and be doing what they are doing. And they fell, they died. And because of it now, your heart is hard. They say, no, be only my own family member go die. Well, you have to own it. You failed yourself. It was a mistake. Unfortunately, somebody died, but that is not the reason why every other person is going to die. That's not the reason why the whole place has to be decimated. There was an old man that was writing me on my Blessedom page, and he was saying a long sentence. He fought in the war, he went to this, he did like this. It's not because you fought in the war and you lost, and there was a lot of pain, of course, and all those things. So you want the war to be repeated because it was an unfinished war. No. With what? I don't see whether they say they won't go war. Now money where they contribute. Now they want to go fight war into there. So China is supplying Nigeria, Pakistan is supplying Nigeria, the USA is supplying Nigeria. Even in the time of the war, the people that gave the Biafran side humanitarian aid, all of them, they gave Nigeria armor. They gave them Mbo. They gave them something. So, you know, you cannot be fooling yourself or deluding yourself and saying young children that they use, that those ones that they are sergeants, they are this thing. No, they are not sergeant and anything. No, they are not sergeant. Oh, they are children. They are children. And it's unfortunate that they were used, but they are children. You understand me? So don't let anybody tell you, oh, look at these young commanders, oh, they fall, da, 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 da. You know, they are not fighting anything. They falsely conscripted them. And then when Ojukwu was coming back, they were celebrating him. You know, they were celebrating him and praising him. Why? You know, because the thing about war and conflict is very easy to start. It's like a fire. But you that you are a war general, or you that you are a military person, you that you have the interest of your people, you are supposed to be calculative, to know, you know, project and know where the thing will go and come from, you know. So my people, I don't know if anybody wants to contribute anything, because I've been talking for almost an hour and this was not my intention. So if anybody wants to contribute to this lack of history, or if anybody think I am wrong in thinking that Ojukwu is supposed to have been punished so that this thing will be buried there and nobody will be thinking about repeating that mistake so that they will take the glory, let me know. Let us hear also, you know. So thank you so much, my people. I will open the floor, and if anybody wants to call and add to the conversation, you are free to do so. You are free to do so.